we all get this because we're not far afield from it. We've all done this a lot. Two quick stories I want to tell you that kind of honed this in for me. I remember I was with my family. We were at what's the resort that's right next to Disneyland? That's the fun one. What? Is that what it's called? California. Disneyland's great. It just has better rides, at least it did when we went on And they have this ride called California Screamin'. They did. Do they still have that? Oh, did they? But is it the same kind of, you start up and you go, and then it flips and twists and turns. And now, we could use any roller coaster or any ride or even just going for a jog. It's still the same thing. Imagine how silly it would be if I were riding on this roller coaster, just having the time of my life, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I hope we get a parking place. Or, man, we're going to have to, I have 4 kids and none of them like to eat the same food. Where are we going to eat? If that's what I'm thinking about when I'm going on this roller coaster, what am I missing out on? The whole roller coaster. And that's a pity, because I paid to get on the roller coaster. I waited in a long stinking line to get on this roller coaster, and if I'm filling up my mind with thoughts of what's not happening here and now, why did those guys get in that argument? Man, my kids just can't get along. Then I'm missing out on the joy of the flying around on this roller coaster. Now, contrast that with, there was a guy, there's one gentleman who wrote, he's a Tibetan monk, and he's written several books on mindfulness. That's another guy. That's Eckhart Tolle, who wrote kind of the same kind of things. Wonderful writer. But this was Thich Nhat Hanh was this guy's name. And he said this. Now, he was writing this in relation to something incredibly mundane to you and me, incredibly boring to you and me. Listen to what he says. He says, to my mind, the idea that doing dishes, so he's talking about something you and I hate for sure, at least probably not on our top 50 things we'd like to be doing. And this was pre-dishwasher, or he wasn't talking about sticking stuff in a dishwasher. He was talking about cleaning dishes. Okay, so he says, to my mind, the idea that doing dishes is unpleasant can occur only when you aren't doing them while you're doing them. I enjoy taking my time with each dish, being fully aware of the dish, the water, and each movement of my hands. I know that if I hurry and go have a cup of tea, the time will be unpleasant and not worth living. That would be a pity, for each minute, each second of life is a miracle. Each bowl I wash, each poem I compose, each time I invite a bell to sound is a miracle. And each has exactly the same value. Now, get this. This next line is this is the essence of what we're after. He says, if I am incapable of washing dishes joyfully, and I would say parenthetically, or doing anything joyfully, if I want to finish them quickly so I can go and have a cup of tea, I will be equally incapable of drinking the tea joyfully. With the cup in my hands, I'll be thinking about what to do next, and the fragrance and the flavor of the tea, together with the pleasure of drinking it, will be lost. I will always be dragged into the future, never able to live in the present moment. Do you get that?